Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm the Shotgun Shogun, and this is a video that I should have made 6 months ago. A lot of you have been asking me, hey, I'm getting into Epic 7. How do I play this game? What am I supposed to do? You got any tips for some new people? Well, I finally found some time for my lazy procrastinating ass to get this video done. So let's hop into this. But first, some disclaimers. I am not a paid professional. I am just a dude that lives in the woods who's telling you how to start this game that you probably shouldn't have started. And a lot of people probably told you not to start it, but then you started it anyways. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt. This is current as of October 21st at 2 in the afternoon, depending on when I put this out, but this is when I recorded it. So as of 2:03 in the afternoon on October 21st, this is current and everything that we have. So don't come back to this video in a year from now. Oh, that's 2019, by the way. Don't come back to this video in a year from now and say, hey, Shogun, this is wrong. But with that said, out of the way, let me get into this. So we're going to take a look here at the interface. We'll start over on the top left and we will work our way around counterclockwise because that is what I decided. So first up right here at the top left, you're going to see your icon. This is going to be where you see your rep character. This is going to be where you see your support characters, that you have your number of friends or lack thereof. You'll also be able to see your rank, your PvP rank, the guild that you're in. You can change your frame. If you got some frames, boom, here you go. Change these frames up. We're going to go back to school 2019 because this is taking you to school. You can also change your greeting here. Shotgun Shogun YouTube. We want to make sure that people know that I am on YouTube and that my name is Shotgun Shogun, because obviously that is not my account name. But regardless, you can access all your settings over here on this little gear as well. Now, you want to change your supporters so that the friends that you do have on your account can use your most powerful characters, but you're probably going to pull your gear off of them at some point, and then they're going to be super weak, and then someone's going to say, hey, why does this character that you have here hit like a wet noodle? And then you're going to go, oh, that's right, I probably should have changed those. So when you hit change supporter, it's going to take you over here to this screen if it ever decides to load up, and it did. Okay, this is where you can set all of your characters, one of each class as well as your lead character. Most people are going to use your lead character, but if it sucks, then they're going to go pick one of your other ones. So make sure you put your strongest, baddest dude at your lead character. Now, taken back over here, we're going to go back in here. Now, it does have an option to select your rep hero. Now, this is the one that's going to show up on your icon. It's going to show up in your guild. It's going to show up wherever else. Obviously, my Assassin Sid doesn't have all the best gear on, and I'm a little embarrassed right now, but this is where you can take and go right in, set your select hero. Now, you're going to look at this little white crown icon down here in the semi right hand side near the middle bottom. This is going to be how you select your rep hero. Let's say that I want this badass Blaze Dingo with his Thanos gauntlet as my rep hero. I'm going to hit that little icon there, and then we're going to go right back, and boom, look at that smiling face up there. Just a super, super happy boy, ready to Thanos snap people out of existence. Also, why does it only have four fingers? Does he only have 4 fingers? Regardless, let's take a look here. This little wing with the numbers on it, that's going to be your account buffs. This is going to be where you're going to get your guild buffs. You're going to have the random buffs that you get from the monthly packs. This will be where if they put any sort of buffs into the game for events, things like that, that's going to show up here. It'll show you up here at the top right all of the stacked amount of stuff that you're going to get. As you can see, I am earning 20% extra XP and 15% extra gold. Now, they do run events quite often where they will jack those numbers through the absolute roof. Now, moving over here to the left hand panel at the top is the Epic Pass, and most new players aren't going to need to know much about this, but this is how they push skins as well as other rewards and those sweet frames that we just had into the game. Epic Pass, typically always worth it. Skin if you want to, but always buy the Epic Pass because you get so much more out of it than the Skystones that you would spend. Now, going back, notices and events. I guess you can't even remotely fathom what this is going to be. That's right, it's going to be notices and events. If you want to go to the Stove community, bam, you hit this S. And the Stove community is phenomenal for keeping up to date with things on the game, like being already a member, apparently. I don't know why that came up, but you can see your general news, your game maintenance, your general discussion, and your FAQs. Click on these, and it takes you into the discussion boards where people with over 500 IQ go to discuss things about their favorite characters and how absolutely balanced they are. Now, going back, because we're not going to delve into that, you also have the notices button here. And notices is going to be really important because guess what? It's going to give you the notices, the post-update known issues, your patch information, your hero balance, adjustment previews. But if you are too lazy to hit that button, you can always hit the subscribe button on my channel because I just read all of these things out to you and put in my 2 cents. Updates, there are a lot of redundant buttons on this. There's a lot of redundant buttons, but they want you to go to specific things because if you didn't click on the notice for the 10/17 Thursday update content, this one will literally just take you, straight to it. Just straight to it. Now, events, this is going to be the next button, and this is going to tell you all of the things that are sliding up there on the little slider up there at the right. You're going to have your says drop rate up and all of the other things that are in here. We did get 5 new 3-star heroes. They were really, really pretty solid. So yeah. But this is going to be where you're going to see the things that are going on. As you can see, they are also over here on the right hand side, just cycling through up there. So the next one in our notices and events is media. Do you want to go to their YouTube channel? How about their Facebook? Do you want to read some developer notes? This is where you are going to do all of those things, but instead of their YouTube, Facebook, and developer notes, you should just follow mine because, you know, reasons, and I'm a YouTuber, so that's the things that I have to tell you. So we're done with the notices and events. Now let's go to the packs. And you might be thinking, man, I bet that is where you spend real money on things for in-game, and you would be absolutely right. This is going to be, and don't you judge me right now for the amount of packs that I have spent. No bully the Omega Whale, okay? Sometimes it's 3 in the morning and you got to spend a bunch of money rolling on Covenant summons because you hate yourself. But anyways, this is where you are going to be spending your hard-earned money and or the money that you get from selling your blood for items in game to roll for your waifus. Monthly summon packs. The first one that you get out of the 10 will give you a 4 to 5 star ticket. Usually this is one of the better things to buy, but you also have random packs. You'll have charm packs, moonlight bookmark packs, Molagora packs, other things like that for your purchase here. The 2 monthly packs are, in my opinion, one of the best values because you get immediate Skystones, you get Skystones over time, you get hero XP, you also get increased energy, increased gold for about $15 a month. So if you're on the more economical side, this is a very, very good option. Now, Mystic packs, absolute scam, but I'm gonna buy them anyways. Gold packs, don't buy them. Just buy energy and get gold. Unless, you know what? Unless you're a real huge whale, in which case I'm not your real dad, so you do whatever you want. Nurture pack, never bought one, and Leaf pack, obviously I did. So these little leaves here, which are conveniently named leaves, they restore energy, but we'll go over that in a minute. Now, they put the pack button there, but you can also access the pack button from the shop, and the shop is going to be where you're going to be spending quite a bit of time. First tab up here is Skystones. Skystones, if I didn't mention, which I don't think I did, is your premium currency. You're going to be using Skystones for pretty much everything. Need some energy? Bam, Skystones. Need some gold? Just buy energy with Skystones and go farm some gold. Need some PvP entry tokens? Bam, Skystones. Need to increase your inventory and your hero inventory? Bam, Skystones. Need to buy some bookmarks in order to roll for some more heroes so that you can fill up that inventory? Bam, Skystones. Skystones on Skystones, and they're actually really pretty easy to get, but I do not suggest, until you are an absolute Omega Cosmic Whale, ever buying these, as the packs are much more valuable. Now, you can click on packs again in here because, you know, they want you to spend that real money on that stuff. Now, normal is where you're going to be buying a lot of your stuff. You're going to be buying Covenant bookmarks, Covenant bookmark packs. If you are going to be buying bookmarks, I would 100% suggest buying the bookmark pack. Save up till you get 950, buy the bookmark pack, because as you can see, you get a discount. If you can do quick maths like I can, 1,000 Skystones, if you just buy Covenant bookmarks, will get you 50 Covenant bookmarks. However, for 950, not only do you get 50 Covenant bookmarks, but you get 400 Stigma as well. And you probably don't know what Stigma is right now, but guess what? It's still a deal. So definitely make sure that you save up for that. Now, like I said, don't buy gold. Leafs, as I mentioned here, Leafs, they're going to give you some energy. You're also going to be able to buy entry tickets to multiple things with those Leafs. That's about what Leafs get you. There's not much else outside of that. But back to Skystones, energy, PvP flags, labyrinth compasses, books of retribution, a whole bunch of stuff that you don't know what it is, but you're like, man, should I buy these or should I just save forever? Chances are you should probably save, at least at the beginning. Anyways, moving on to transmit stones. If you can see up here at the top, I have a gold transmit stone, and I have some 59 of these little green boys up here. Now, those are actually silver, not that this is silver in the slightest, unless I'm just really colorblind and that's actually what silver looks like. But that's more of like an aquamarine, greenish, light green transmit stone. Maybe, yeah, aquamarine. I don't know. Anyways, regardless, I'm just going to move on. So this is where you're going to be buying things with your gold transmit stones, your galaxy bookmarks, your 4 to 5 star summon hero tickets. These are pretty much the only thing that gold transmit stones are used for at the moment. And never buy 4 to 5 star hero tickets, in my opinion. Always buy galaxy bookmarks, because they're going to summon your light and dark units, and they're going to be pretty powerful. They're all going to be 3 stars, but even the 3 stars are really good. As you can see down here, because it is the 21st and it is a Monday, you can buy things like Molagoras, which you are required to use in order to enhance your skills of 4 and 5 star characters. Always buy this every week. You can also buy Gigaphantasmas, which you probably don't know what they are, but you're like, damn, that dog looks really badass. Well, buy it as well, because you're going to need these. There's never enough. Personally, I don't buy any of the other ones, as my silver transmit stones, not the easiest thing in the world to get, unless, again, you are an Omega Whale, in which case, you know what, do you. But personally, I tend to just buy those 2 and then hold off on the rest. Next up is going to be Powder of Knowledge, and you're going to gain Powder of Knowledge through selling artifacts, hunts, some other things, various ways through the game. This is going to be how you're going to be able to buy artifacts that you don't necessarily have. Let's say you need an Herberus tooth. Boom, you can buy that if you build up enough of the Powder of Knowledge. So they do put that in here. This is a rotating shop, so one day or another, the artifact that you have your heart dead set on will be in this shop, and then as soon as you buy it, guess what, you're gonna roll another one. That's just how gacha works. Next up, friendship. There's not even anything else. This is just friendship right here. And guess what? I bet you already know how you get friendship points. That's right, by going out and doing cool things with your friends. Now, you do get more points if you use your friend support versus rando support. But regardless, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this. So friendship bookmarks are going to be kind of like your free summons. It's going to give you 1 and 2 star artifacts, 2-star characters. You're going to use these to build up like fodder, things like that. But every single day, you can buy 40 energy and 5 PvP flags. Even if you are not planning on doing PvP right out the gate, maybe you can't even open it, buy the PvP flags so that way when you do plan on doing it, you are sitting on a metric pile of flags and you don't have to wait for them to regen or buy them with Skystones. You'll have like 400 PvP flags so that you can just go right through there. So there you go. That's the friendship one. Next one up is ancient coins, and you get ancient coins by doing labyrinths and raids and stuff like that. So this is going to be a little bit further on in the game. You aren't going to be really doing this right out the gate. Maybe you will. I don't know your life, man, but the malicious bug charm is made for getting into Hell Raid, which if you're a new player, don't even bother. One of the things that I do suggest though, as a new player, is you can buy some of these 22 to 60 accessory chests. As a new player, it's going to be harder to get accessories. And if you do roll very good, you can get some pretty good level 60 accessories out of here, and that is pretty beneficial. Outside of that, you will want to be using these in order to buy greater ring charms, greater necklaces charms, because getting charms and fodder for your accessories is a little bit more difficult. Now, next up is going to be conquest points, and conquest points come from conquest. That's right, PvP. Those flags that I told you to build up, that's how you're going to be able to get this. And as you can see here, every single week you get a Molagora seed, which turns into a Molagora, which you're going to need in order to skill your dudes up. So this is pretty much a priority right here. So always buy that. At least at the bare minimum, try to buy that every single week. You will also have quite a bit of charms in here. This is also where you're going to find your seasonal PvP gear. Now, I do highly suggest doing PvP, even if you're not super good at it. That way you can build up conquest points. That way you can buy this gear, because this gear is eye level 88, and that is really, really good. Now, as a new player, it is going to take you a little bit of time in order to build up the 1800 that you need, but when you get this piece of gear, it's going to make the whole world a lot easier. Now, typically they will keep the seasonal gear in here so that you can buy it after the fact. So yeah, make sure that you are doing that so that you can get that gear. Now, that's going to be everything out of the shop, and I've already been talking for quite a bit of time, but guess what? There's a lot more. Now, if you click on the hero tab here, you're going to see skill enhancement, transmutation, or transmission, because I can't read, specialty change, storage, team, and hero. So we're going to start with heroes, because that's actually probably the easiest one and the one you're going to be on quite the most amount of time. So this is going to be where you actually just see all of your characters. Now, up here at the top right, you're going to see this 243 out of 300. That is your inventory maximum and how many you have. You can increase that hero size for Skystones, and personally I suggest it because I absolutely hate inventory management. The worst. You can organize things here by level, grade, element, recent, and combat power. Personally, I do it by grade. This way I can shift it to my lower level or my higher level. Now, on this screen, because we're already here, let me tell you about pretty much everything that you see here. Now, you are going to have your character's class, their star sign, their name, and how far you have awoken them. You've got your friendship level here, because to me, Seaside Bologna is irreplaceable. You'll also have your XP. You have your little blurb about them, the Ace of the Phantom CIC, and brighter than the sun. You will also see where you have your skills. As you can see, I have her plus 15, which is the max. Below that, you are going to see your imprint, which is something that she gives to portions of your group. This is where you will also be able to take a look at all of the equipment that is on this character, including the artifact. You will be able to manage equipment here as well as other things. If you click down here where you see combat power, it will shift over to all of your stats. You can also see the gear sets that you have down on the left hand side. This is, like I said, where you will be spending a lot of time as you play this game, looking at your characters, mixing up gear, matching stuff. Always lock your characters. Would be super bad if you used a 5-star for fodder, or you were selling things and you were just like, oh wait, where did my character that I just leveled go? Oh, that's right, it was 3 a.m. and I wasn't paying attention and I used them for fodder, because that definitely has never happened to me. As you can see, I have pretty much everything locked, or they're in a group. I actually thank you for reminding me about that guide, that I needed to lock those too. So anyways, beside the lock one, if you want some really good tea sipping time, take a look at this thumbs up. 1,234 reviews. Actually, that's a really interesting, that's a perfect number. I wonder if that's actually how many reviews there are. But anyways, if you want to have a good, hilarious time, you can go through and read these. Thumbs up if you now have both Bolognas. Build with attack crit or speed crit. Use Sword of Judgment. Why would you use Sword of Judgment? Under 20 club. What did it cost? Everything. Seaside Goddess. Actually, sometimes you want to go by just latest, because a lot of these are pretty hilarious. But this could be a whole different video. Anyways, let's get back out of here. As you can see, they will also rank the character over here on the left hand side. 4.9. Basically should have just gotten a 5-star, because the person who downvoted her is just salty that they don't have her. So anyways, next to that, you're going to see this little face with this little speaker icon here, and this is going to be where you can change up your expressions. Ooh, you're upset. Oh no, you're sad. Your vacation has been ruined. Oh, you're laughing. Oh, did I say something hilarious? Oh, you're flustered. Oh, senpai won't notice me. Oh, look at that little blush. Oh, now she's a soon. Oh, okay, now she's all good because I fed her. Here's where you can actually like hear sounds, but I don't have my sound on. So sucks to suck. We don't have the level 7 or the level 9 in here yet. And that will be updated soon. So next to that, you have this little magnifying glass here. And if you were not playing on an emulator, this would actually just fill up your phone and or tablet screen. But because I am playing on an emulator, it's sideways. So yeah, if you want to just look at a nice up close version of your waifu here, you can definitely do that. And you can add in some cool backgrounds like, hey, guess what? We're at this place where water isn't, but we are here anyways. So there's that. And so, yeah, if you want to just, like hold it against your face a little bit, that's perfectly fine, man. No one is going to judge you. They're actually probably all going to judge you. Manage equipment is going to be your next tab. And this is probably one of the greatest things that has ever been put into this game. Here you can try out gear and it will show you your stats over here on the right hand side versus the left hand side. And so you can try mix match. And then when you're super ready, you can just pay to change all of that gear. You have a bunch of filters up here at the top, and you can go from piece to piece to piece, moving things around from people and just seeing what you would get beneficially and how that's going to impact you by moving that stuff around. Absolutely one of the best things that I have ever seen put into this game, and absolutely love it. Now down here at the bottom, you're going to see specialty, and specialty is going to take you into this place where you can see your character's hero background and who they get along with. And I don't really know that doesn't really do too much, but you can see it anyways. This is kind of like a little bit of a fluff area where you can read your hero background, specialties, things like that, and go from there. You can also sometimes find little hidden characters in the specialty area, as you can click on any of these characters to go through and check them, and it will just take you right over to that character. So if you're like, oh man, Belle really, really hates this character. She really, really hates Hazel. I don't know why, but now that you're over here, you can read about Karen, and now you can see Karen on the screen, who is unfortunately naked, as I don't have any gear on her, but all you need is that skin anyways. And since I don't want to go back, I'm going to click on Awaken on this screen. So Awaken is going to be where you will be leveling up your character's stars. As you can see up there at the top left hand side, she's got 6 stars, but only 4 of them are filled in. That's weird. How does that work? Well, as you go through, you can spend currency catalysts on increasing their overall stats. As you awaken things on their star sign, it will give you various things. As you can see right here, once I awaken this next portion of her, I will get 6% increased attack. Now, if I go all the way, I'll get another 6%. Typically, and almost always, the third awaken will increase one of the skills. So make sure that you're getting your characters to third awakening. It's pretty easy, not too hard. So definitely make sure that you were doing that. And now, after that long-winded discussion about heroes, I'm sure that you're like, man, all right, cool deal. I am ready to just hop into it. But wait, there's more. Now, remember I talked about skills and how you're going to need Molagoras. Well, guess what? Here's the skill enhancement menu. As you can see, you're going to need quite a bit of resources in order to finish and maximize out characters' skills. Now, this is for 4 and 5 stars. 3 stars and unders do not require Molagoras in order to level up their skills. Instead, remember that stigma thing that I was talking about earlier? Yeah, that's how you're going to level up these 3 stars. Let me get to a 3 star. As you can see here, no longer need Molagoras in order to level up your 3 stars, which means that leveling up 3 stars, there's no real barrier to entry other than just getting the catalysts, which, you know, that's going to take a while. But definitely makes a lot more 3 stars viable in the game, as you can level them up a lot easier. Leveling up just to the second portion of every skill is easily doable as you go through and as you gain stigma from everything and from that. So as you can see up here, this is stigma, a leaf that grows that allows you to immediately grow creatures in the Forest of Souls and skill up characters. So that is your skill screen. Pretty straightforward. Every character you can go through, look at everything that you will need in order to finish and maximize them out. Now we'll go over to the right here with transmission. Transmission's where you're going to be able to burn units for gold and stones. Now, if you just throw a level 2 in here, or a 2 star in here, you're not going to get much. 360 gold is a drop in the bucket. But let's say for some reason you are an absolute massive Omega whale that has just 5 stars laying around and you need 30 silver transmit stones. Boom, easy peasy. Please don't ever actually do that. But if you are overflowing with 3 stars and you do need some transmit stones, you can get 1 transmit stone per 3 star. Penguins that you get from the Forest of Souls. Let me find some here. Okay, so these guys, they actually do sell for a lot more gold, but I wouldn't suggest selling 1s and 2s because they don't really sell for that much. You can use them as an injection for gold, but if you get 3-star penguins, I actually suggest selling them. I don't have any on me right now, but they're quite a bit of gold and they are also 1 transmit stone each. So personally, I will typically sell them. Not too bad, but that's up to you. Typically, transmission's not something that most people will go and check out. Specialty change, 3-star characters that I don't have on here because all of them are specialty changed. There are quite a few 3-star characters that will get a very long, intensive quest in order to basically change the fundamentals of their character. Now, I can take a look at one of them in my hero section to give you an example. But let me find one real quick and then I will tell you all about it. But the specialty changes for characters are very long and very intense. You can start them at level 50 for your character, and you will want to try to get, you can carry 2 of them at one time. You will want to do these as soon as possible, as they do make very mediocre 3-star characters into very big powerhouse 3-star characters. So as you can see, we got Ruzid here, and Ruzid has Divine Response. It corrects stance, increasing combat readiness of all allies by 15%. He's also got these 2 other skills here, and he's just a good old pupperino with a little cute heart nose right there, and he's just trying his best with those 2 kitchen knives that he picked up. Now, after you finish up your specialty change quest for Ruzid, you'll see that not only did he upgrade his cutlery, but boy has been hitting the gym like crazy. Righteous Thief Ruzid also taken a page out of the book of Marowak there, and wearing a skull on his head. Not sure if that is his mom's or not, but regardless, got that hair on fleek, got the chest going on, got those massive guns, upgraded the cutlery. He's got he's got that. And it changed pretty much all of his skills. So it made Moonlight Roar, increased combat readiness, healing, speed. So really specialty changing things is very, very important in this game. You also have Query, who went from being just a super cute little girl to having a badass falcon. So you can get a falcon. Chaos Sect Axe went from, hey, what's up, to, I'm gonna just pretty much kill everything. Commando Arena and Angelic Mont's probably one of the ones that you should do absolutely first. Super, super OP. But that is specialty change. You will get them at 50, so make sure that you're focusing on those characters that do have specialty changes early on in order to get them up to 50 so that you can start that early. Now, next up is going to be storage, and this is just storage for overflow when you have rolled way too much gacha and your inventory is overflowing. You can't put things in there, but you can always just keep them in here when you don't need them and pull them out when you do. Now, next up is going to be team, and this one you're not going to be in as much as some of the other ones, but you can buy a bunch of teams. You can buy up to 10 teams. So you start off with 2, and then you can buy some more for gold, and then you get into Skystones. But I personally obviously bought all of them. What you can do here is you can adjust your teams how you need to. So let's say I need to put in a different Frost Slime. I can put in a different Frost Slime here. The other nice thing is you can take a look at your characters from here, and it will let you just go right to the character. Like, oh man, is this Mega Phantasma the one that I'm looking for? Oh, it is. Fantastic. Let me go back to my team setting here and see what we got. Now, it will also show you the overlapping devotion skills, but obviously this is my fodder farming team, so they really don't have much here. But if you do take a look at, let's see, yeah, one of these teams. So here you can see where your characters are. If you have memory imprints, it will show you the benefits that everybody is getting in those various areas. If you do click on them as well, it will show down here in the left hand side where that thing is sparkly, and drawing your eyes in the positions that you want to have those characters in for that imprint bonus. So yes, you'll also be able to see your team CP down here. And if you hit this little pen, quill, and paper, you can name your teams. You can name them, hey YouTube, this is 14 characters. This is 14 characters. Hey YouTube. We'll just do hey YouTube at YouTuber. I'm really good at this game, guys. Really good. So this is where you can set up multiple teams. It's really nice to have more teams because you don't want to be sitting there moving characters around every single fight. Now, you won't really need this like really early on, but once you start getting into the end game, you want to just be able to go, okay, this is my team for my normal raid. I don't have to go and find them, put them into a team. This is going to be the team that I'm going to use for Hell Raid, which actually is almost the exact same team, but different. so I don't have to move them around at all. So that is of benefit, and you really don't have to worry about that too much until a little bit later in the game. Now that covers everything out of there. Now let's get to the next part, which is everybody's favorite part, and this is the gotcha. Boom, right here. As you can see up here at the top right hand side, the drop rate up is for says. Now if you take a look over at the left hand side, you'll see 120 summons left until says guaranteed summon. If you see people mentioning the 121 club, that's what this means. But after that many, you're guaranteed the character. So 121 and you're done. You do 120 practice rolls. The next one you get serious and you pull the drop rate up character. Now the downside of the drop rate up limited banner, not limited but guaranteed banner, is no other 5-star characters are in that banner. You can get every 4-star, every 3-star, and you can get pretty much every artifact as well. But if you pull a 5-star character, it is going to be that character. So there's benefits and there's negatives to each one of those. Covenant summons, you're going to get these free every single day. You're going to get a free Covenant summon every single day. The nice thing is almost every character except for the handful of limited characters is in this pool. So you want to Moonlight Ken or, you know, something like that, guess what? You have a chance to roll this. And since you're not me, that's a 100% chance to roll a Moonlight 5-star out of this and then put in the comment section, hey dude, just pulled this Moonlight 5-star off of daily Covenant summons for free. Is he good? How do I build him? I'll cover that later. Next up is going to be Mystic Summons. You get Mystic Summons through the shop, through hunts, through Guild Wars, PvP. This is going to be where all of the brand new Moonlight 5-stars are going to make their appearance. So this also has a pity summon system to it. However, it is quite a bit more, mostly because it is a Moonlight character and usually they are pretty overpowered. As you can see, we have bootleg Ozymandias this time around, and you will also have a 4-star Moonlight character who will accompany them. Now, these banners do rotate the bottom part here with a regular 5-star artifact that resets every week. But you can also take a look at what is coming next. So next week it will be Tywin, and yeah, so if you're looking for a specific 5-star as well as the 5-star Moonlight, it is beneficial to wait until they're in the pool as well so that you can potentially roll for both of them. Next up is going to be Moonlight summons, and you have to finish the story in order to summon here, but this is going to be where you get your light and your dark units, and this is they're pretty good. Regardless, even the 3-stars are not super bad. There's some that are meh, but for the most part, almost every character that comes out of this is gonna be pretty good. So yeah, now don't dismiss them just because they're a 3-star. But anyways, this is gonna be where you are going to be summoning those characters. The nice thing about this one is you only get characters. There's no chance for artifacts. It is guaranteed a character every time that you roll this. Friendship summons, this is what we were talking about earlier in the shop. You're going to be able to get 2-star units and 1 and 2-star artifacts to use as fodder. So this is the gotcha area, everybody's favorite spot. Next up, we got reputation. Reputations are where you're going to have your daily quests, you're going to have your achievements, you're going to get tons of rewards, fabulous prizes for doing things that you were going to do anyways. Now, as you can see here, I have not finished my daily quests. You have a bunch of daily quests here, like explore the spirit altar, do a hunt, weekly raise a Molagora, raise a Phantasma. You have a bunch of things like that. You also have arena adventure, do a summon, you get a free summon, literally just gives you free stuff. Make a penguin, do some dispatch missions. So you will want to make sure that you're checking this every single day for your daily quests and doing your weeklies as well, because it literally gives you free stuff. Every day that you do this, you get 30 sky shards. Skystones plus, I'm pretty sure you also get another 15 down here. I can't check, but you get a bunch of stuff and you get some bookmarks every single day. Now, underneath that, you got Memory Chain, Conclave, Merchant Unit, and Phantom CIC. We don't have the Dagger Sikaar yet, but we will get that in the future. Now, these are going to be your achievements. As you do things in the game, you're going to be able to unlock these, like fill the monster journal. I got 107 out of 110. If I get 3 more of them, I get some reputation and I get some friendship bookmarks. Oh, promote a hero to 6 stars. Boom. Here's some reputation. Here's some stigma. You reach level 60 with a hero. Bam. Have some gold, my dude. So there's a lot of things in here and you can take a look at a lot of these. If you raise friendship levels with characters, you can get bookmarks, raise friendship levels to 10. Ooh, man, I need to do that so I can get some more free bookmarks. Conclave here, this is going to be pretty much like your, just your random stuff here. So you will be able to get a lot of just go through here. One of the things to note though, is over here on the left-hand side where you see these lasting effects, as you level up your reputation, obviously I have maxed all of them out, but you'll see a thing that says view story. Hit that because it's going to give you lasting effects. It's going to give you things that just improve your account. I didn't know that. So for the first 3 months of the game, I was like, hey, wait a second. Why do these other people have more energy than me? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's because I was stupid and didn't go read the story for the Conclave because I was like, man, ain't nobody got time for that. I'll read this story later. Yeah, so I went through and got all of that stuff later. So don't do what I did. So that is reputation right there. Pretty much you'll see it. It'll have a little orange circle there whenever you have some stuff. Now, guild, you're probably not in one. You probably don't have it unlocked, but this is the guild screen. As you can see, hunt mats and triangles. Please go easy on those katas for the guild notice. This is going to be where you're going to be able to provide aid, donate. You have a member shop. You're going to get your guild buffs. You got your weekly missions, do guild wars, stuff like that. That's where you're going to be doing all of this. Make sure that you always click your daily rewards and your daily login, because otherwise you don't check in and people are going to get mad because you didn't check in and they're going to be like, wait, why didn't we get this tier of reward? Oh, that's right. That's because this dude didn't check in and they're going to kick you. Always go to aid. You'll have people here who you can provide aid to in order to get your Brave Crest. This gives them literally that gear. So if you're looking for, let's say, sharp spearheads, you come up here, you hit request aid. I've already done it today, but make sure that you're always requesting aid, even if you haven't, or like you're waiting on like 1 or 2 things. You can refresh this every single day. Having the Brave Crests lets you buy a lot of stuff, so it's definitely worth it. Donating gets you Brave Crests as well. Member shop, this is where you're going to be able to buy things with those Brave Crests that you're getting. So you can buy Molagoras, you can buy Catalyst chests, you can buy Labyrinth compasses, you can buy lesser artifact charms. Very, very important to help get your account moving forward and getting quite a bit of stuff. So just for donating things to your guild and getting them in return. So definitely make sure that you are doing that every single time. Captain shop, you're probably not a captain, but if you are a captain or a vice captain, make sure that you're buying these guild buffs every day. Every 12 hours. Weekly missions, these are really important as well because you will be able to get yourself a guild reward chest. The guild gets a proof of courage and they get some honor coins. You get some Brave Crests out of that. And it's just for doing things that you would probably be doing anyways. Complete hunts, starts adventures, do labyrinths, kill some mysterious beings, do, stuff like that. So pretty easy stuff. We don't have the great achievement open yet, but definitely something that you should do once you are in a guild. Now, next up is going to be Arena, and this is where you're going to go in order to flex on everybody else in the game. You can go through here and you can earn quite a bit of nice prizes, things like that, as you progress through the Arena system. Now, even if you don't want to fight other people. Let's say that's not a big deal for you. You can challenge NPCs. These do work as your arena thing, your daily, so you can go through here and do this. As you can see on the hardest mode, you're going to be getting your currency, your conquest points, as well as Skystones. So doing these every day will net you Skystones, will net you currency, so you should be knocking these out every single day. So make sure that you are. These unlock as you go through the story, and you can fight them. As you beat them, you can unlock the normal and the hard modes. So make sure that you are knocking these out every single time that you see them up. You can see your battle log. You can see the rankings for everybody in your set area, so you can see what everybody else is doing. You can also see the Hall of Fame, and you can see that this absolute mad lad from Ambition has this Scorpy boy. F in the chat for Scorpion. He was nerfed way too soon. So definitely Arena is a whole nother monster, but it is a big part of this game. Now going up to the next one, this is going to be Battle. This is going to be where you're going to see your side stories. This is going to be where you're going to have your side story events, your upcoming preview for the side story. Unrecorded history is hard mode, so you will want to be checking out here and doing your side story stuff and the events. So that is definitely a thing that you will have here. Oh, I have a day left. I'll do that later, but I have to exchange that stuff. But so that is side story. Next up is going to be Spirit Altar. This is something that you have to do at least once a day. And what you're going to get out of here is you're going to be able to get your runes for awakenings. So you'll want to make sure that you're doing this every day, if nothing else, just for the daily quest. But we also get double rune events and buffs. So when we do get those, I do suggest hitting the altars pretty hard, as getting double the runes for that weekend will really help set your account like pretty far up, because there's nothing I hate more than getting a new character and being like, yes, I'm going to awaken them, then realizing that I don't have the runes for them. Next up is going to be Abyss, and this is going to be a tower system where the higher you go up, the better the rewards. So one of the things to note here is, so every day you get Abyss tokens, and you'll get 3 of them, so you can go up 3 floors every single day. If you are stuck at a certain floor, or you're not going to even try, make sure that you're always purifying your Abyss, because you will get stigma and you will get gold currency for using those tokens to purify through. So if you're stuck somewhere, make sure that you are doing that every single day. Next up is going to be hunts, and this is going to be where you're going to spend quite a bit of time. This is going to be where you're going to get gear. Everybody who's going to talk to you about this game is going to be like, bruh, you got to do Wyvern 11. Bro, are you doing Wyvern 11 yet? Are you doing Wyvern 11 yet? Hey, how are you doing on Wyvern 11? Don't worry too much about it, but this is going to be one of the best ways in order to get gear. You're going to get gear. You're going to get items to craft gear. You're going to get quite a bit of stuff. Now, they are changing it to take some of this stuff down here at the bottom out so that you have a better chance at gear, but this will be one of the best ways to get high tier gear. And as an endgame player, you're going to be spending quite a bit of time here. As a newer player, don't necessarily spend as much time here, because yes, you will be getting gear, but it's going to be replaced, and you can be doing things like Adventurer's Path, just doing the story, doing labyrinths, like slowly progressing your characters, things like that. And speaking of labyrinths, here you go. You will have multiple labyrinths that will open up as you complete the story, with the raid instance coming up much later in the game. Now, raid does take quite a bit to get into, but I would suggest making sure that you use your labyrinth tokens every single day. Now, you do get 1 a day, and you get a max of 3. So do not let these sit around and waste, because you can be getting coins, you can be getting gear out of these labyrinths. This is very, very important. Make sure that you are always hitting those and using those to maximize out your account. automation tower. Once a month, you can test your metal against the automation tower. As you go up the tower, you will get fantastic prizes and rewards as you climb. You will be getting some Molagoras out of this, and automation tower is very, very important as well. You will also be getting accessories, which can be pretty good. So definitely make sure that you're trying to go up the automation tower as much as possible, and don't let it wait until the end of the month and then have to scurry to get through it. So yes. Next up is going to be Hall of Trials, and Hall of Trials is where you are going to go to test your best against these bosses in order to get exclusive equipment gear for your characters that you can purchase, but that's something a bit down the road. Most of you newer players aren't going to really need to do any of that. Next up is going to be Adventures, and this is your typical, just your normal story mode, so I'm sure that you are fairly familiar with that, and I don't have to go over it. Up here at the top, you're going to have your another way to access most stuff here. You'll have your chat channels and guilds. Once you are in that, you can start chatting with random people. Hi, YouTube. See, there you go. And if you're in channel 203 right now, you can see that there. And I don't think that I'm probably the only person in there. Next up is going to be your mail, and I'm pretty sure I don't have to explain how mail works. This is where your mail is going to be. Some things have some things have time limits. Some things don't have time limits. If you get some sort of item from the GM, let's say there's an event, it will be here, and you can take a look at your log right here to see what it was that you received. Across the top is all of your currencies, and like I said, over here, these are going to be your events. Now, we always have an event like this running. Some of them are really good, some of them are not. Make sure that you are always doing these every single day as you go through. It'll tell you how to do them. You can get quite a bit of stuff. You get just free things, and if you come down here and just give them a review, they'll give you free energy as well. So make sure that you are always checking that and that you are remembering, because a lot of times the things that you get near the end are very, very good. So you'll want to, because like, look, you get Molagoras, you get gold transmit stones, you get some bookmarks and mystic metals, A+ stuff right there. So make sure that you are always doing that, because it's basically free stuff for the things that you are doing. Now I'm going to take a look here in the middle of the inn. If you see this guy back here with the horn and the chat bubble, this is going to be your secret shop. Now, most of the time it's going to be poop. But sometimes there's bookmarks, sometimes there's mystic metals, sometimes there's level 85 rare red gear. It all depends. One of the things that you can do as an endgame player is refresh this for bookmarks, and usually it ends up being a better deal than just buying regular bookmarks out of the thing. But I would not suggest that until you have your secret shop max leveled out. Next up, I'm going to click on this dude over here. He's furious, but this is your connections panel, and this is where you can literally get free characters. So anytime that someone's like, oh, you don't have the right characters, just come over here, because there's quite a few really, really good characters out of this. Hazel's really good. Jecht is pretty good. Elson's getting buffs really soon, and he's going to be really good. Arena is probably one of the best characters that you can get out of this, and I highly suggest getting her as soon as humanly possible. Next up is going to be Silk. Silk is pretty good as well. You'll also have Yuna. Yuna is really solid, but she takes quite a bit in order to get, but definitely worth. You also got Fire Ricardo here, and you have your boy Furious, who I haven't finished up yet either. But anyways, regardless, you will be able to get characters out of that. I highly suggest getting Arena first. Next up, I'm going to go over here into Sanctuary, and Sanctuary is your little home away from home. You have your High Command, Forest of Souls, Hearts of Orbis, Alchemist Steeple, and Steel Workshop, and these things will unlock as you go through the game. You will also be able to, you will require your Breath of Orbis in order to maximize these things out. Personally, I suggest maxing out your Heart of Orbis first, because this is going to be where you are getting your free Skystones and free gold. If you improve your building, you get a 50% chance to get 200% additional rewards. That means you get 300% total. You also generate way more and you can hold way more. Personally, I wait until it's almost maxed, grab it. That way, if I get the 300%, it's even more. It's really good. Now, there's different ways to build this. I personally went 330 in my Forest of Souls, but I may change that up. It depends. High Command, I go 311. Alchemist Steeple, I have 333 because I require those catalysts and things quite often. Now, I don't put much into my Steel Workshop, and the reason being is that I only craft once a month. Using your Breath of Orbis in other things, it nets you a much better return. Unless you really need to craft stuff right this second, leaving your stuff into other things and then once a month pulling it over to your Steel Workshop, I feel like nets me a much better return on my investment of breaths, because unfortunately at this point in the game we don't have enough for everything. So that's Sanctuary. You can build it however you feel most comfortable. I think that I have went over everything. Your team can be accessed directly from their pictures, and yeah, that is pretty much the overview of the game. Now, I have been talking for quite a while, and I will split the how to get yourself best started here in a little bit. I'm going to do like top 10 things that you need to do as a new player, but this is the overview and how you're going to be using a lot of these things, these tabs. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, stick around for more of my Reingar's Crash Course. I don't know if that's going to be the name forever. We'll see if I come up with something better, but that's what it is for right now. And if you do like this and you think that this will help other people, make sure that you share this out, get it out there. I'm trying to make some content for the new player that's coming in, mostly because I have a lot of people who come into the channel and the chat and the comment sections are like, hey, I don't know what any of this stuff is or what I should be doing. So I'm going to try to rectify that. But anyways, I do hope that this helped. It is quite a bit to handle here, and starting out the game is quite a bit of a mouthful. Make sure you're doing your adventurer's path and other things, and I will catch you on the next one for the top 10 beginner's tips on how to play this game. Take it easy, homies. Peace.